Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Hello and welcome. Carrie and Jen here from
Montello Theater, actually, right now, Healing Humanity and HomesteadHow. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? I had a fantastic day yesterday. I got to meet my inspiration. I talked about him so many times, and I finally got to say hello to him in person. Dr. Kiltz. Oh my gosh, he is amazing. My girls were so lucky to meet him a couple of months ago in Texas, and they said he was absolutely awesome. And that was just an understatement. That guy was amazing. I got to meet so many other people. Ashley Rogers was absolutely amazing. Adam came. I've lucky enough to see Adam a few times. Robin, oh my gosh, everybody. It took me a minute. I stared at her. I knew who she was, and I was just in shock. It's like if you are ever lucky enough to meet like a movie star or somebody you've always like looked up to, that's what it felt like yesterday, meeting all these amazing people. So I stared at her for a second. She's like, Robin. I'm like, no, I know who you are. I was just so excited. You just kind of get like starstruck. So that's kind of where I was yesterday. So today we are back at the movie theater. We were going to do a little talking about what happened yesterday. We got to finally meet Chris Stearns, if I'm saying his name right. If you're on here, hello again. That was so amazing to meet him.
Brought me my gift.
We always talk to each other, and it's so amazing. It was nice to see him. He always says he wants to do karate in his basement. So he actually brought Carrie a present, which he's looking for right now. Talk about presents. Oh my gosh, there was so many people giving us presents. I don't have my necklace on today that somebody gave me. Becky, she gave me a really beautiful necklace and earring set. Somebody gave us Healing Humanity coffee mugs that they created themselves, which was really cool. Dr. Kiltz, you got to grab Dr. Kiltz's stuff. His is stuff behind us too. He gave us each, oh my gosh, he gave us each one of these. If you watch Dr. Kiltz, he actually makes these himself. I'm trying to show you really quick. So it's a little coffee cup, or you can put your earrings in it, whatever you want. But
got a signature on the bottom.
I got a signature. I told you I love that guy. I really do. So he made us all one of those. Somebody gave us one of these each. That was really cool. Very cool. Hi, Dr. Nelson. Nice to see you on here. Oh, love my hair. Thank you. Still a little curly from yesterday. That was from Chris. That was so awesome. So
did we just become best friends?
There were so many people. Like this is the second time actually. First time here that last year I was not carnivore. Now I'm carnivore. Everybody knew me, and it was hard because I'm like, I don't know you. Like somebody would come up to me and like, can I take a picture? And that was like yesterday with Chris Stearns. He's like, can I get a picture? He's like, go like this. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do this together. And then he told me his name. I'm like, okay, I got it. Because we listened to the same music. So that was really cool. So I'm done talking. Hi, Sister
No, you
Lynn.
just got started talking. Dr. Nelson, hope you're doing well. Dr. Nelson, did you weather the storm okay? I hope you're doing okay. Dr. Kiltz had part of his grilling area torn up.
He actually flew his own plane. He flew his plane here to be with us yesterday, which was such an honor to have him here. We had Anna and JT from Poco Moonshine family. We had Nia. We had Adam from Carnivore Today. We had, all these pictures. Oh, wow. So many wonderful people that we got to see yesterday. It was so amazing. So we're just kind of doing a recap on that for the ones of you who weren't able to make it. There was a lot of people here, so it was really cool.
For those of you that follow on our membership site, healinghumanity.life, we're posting a bunch of videos and pictures there as well. We really appreciate everyone over there.
Somebody at the window. Sorry, guys. We're working at the theater right now, so there's actually somebody at the window.
What's that?
So you got to give us. You got to give us 1 second. Hang on, I'll be right back. Set up.
Most unprofessional live stream in the world.
Hey, it's part of our job. This is what we do.
Yeah, what were we saying?
What were we saying?
It was incredible yesterday.
Yes.
We had, I want to do this regularly now. It was inspiring carnivore stories. Dr. Kiltz was sharing his own story, but besides Dr. Kiltz, we had Anna and JT from Poco Moonshine Family.
Yes.
Incredible stories. Each one of them are individually down over 100 pounds. Each, not combined,
right.
Each. Incredible.
Yep.
A lot of people haven't seen JT and Anna in a while. They're doing great.
I didn't even know who he was. He always wears his like cow pants or cow shirt or something. Is that going to drive you nuts now too?
It's not supposed to be. Yeah.
Too many. He's not used to being up here. And I saw this guy walking down, and I'm like, that's not JT. He looked really good.
Yeah, and then we had.
Yes, he did, Lynn. He looked very small.
Nia from Nia's Way told her story, which was really amazing. And we had Adam. I already knew Adam's story, but he showed some pictures I've never seen before when he was in a car accident. It was really cool because it was a variety of stories. Like JT and Anna lost a bunch of weight. Nia overcame other things that weren't weight related. Adam overcame other things that weren't weight related. Then we had Dr. Rick, who's an orthopedic surgeon. I had him on my channel a while ago. He came into town and he's incredible. Orthopedic surgeon. He's changing he's very passionate about carnivore, eating a proper human diet. Then we had Dr. Kiltz. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone.
I love Dr. Kiltz. You all know that from the beginning of when he said, I'm in, by the way, Carrie. I said I loved him since then. But to know more about his story, unfortunately, I really did not get to. Hi, Chris. We were just talking about you. I did not. Wrong fingers. He's got to learn it. You got to learn it.
I was doing the hang loose.
You're not a heavy metal person. He's got more of an inspirational story than we knew. He actually was in a New York gang, believe it or not, Dr. Kiltz. He failed at school, which probably everybody knows. He was dyslexic. And then he said he went back to school to do his medical stuff. He failed the first time. Most people would just give up and be like, I'm not good enough for it. He went back 2 more times and he got his medical degree, and just an inspiring person.
Yeah, he's incredible. And I said this during the thing. So if you guys want to see this, healinghumanity.life, we have a coupon code below if anyone's interested in joining. It's like half off for the first 30 days. We're going to post the whole video there probably later tonight from the event. I want to do more.
We were talking about that last night. Where else can we go?
We were talking about what if you, this was the incredible thing. In the beginning, I said, raise your hand if you found healing through a proper human diet. There's about 135 people in the audience, and almost all of them raised their hands, almost all of them. And then I was thinking about that more. Where else could you go in a movie theater that's completely packed, completely sold out, and almost every single person has found some incredible form of healing, and they're all enthusiastically raising their hands for it.
Right.
So I'm like, that would be cool. What if we went to Chicago and did inspire, not just a meetup, but inspiring stories where people can come up on stage and tell their stories? Because the other thing that happened yesterday, I had about 10 or 15 people, Jen, come up to me and they showed me a piece of paper, a picture of before and after, and they're like, look at this. And every one of them, my jaw was just dropped.
Right.
Like, I lost this much weight, but also I overcame depression or autoimmune issues. And then I was like, man, give me that picture quick. I'll throw it up on the big screen so everyone can see it, because that is inspiring. And there was like 10 or 15 of those yesterday. So if we did another one of these, I would want to do that. Like, maybe not everyone has time to share their story, but people from the audience could share an abbreviated version with a couple of bullet points of what they healed. I'm hooked. Like, we could do this every weekend. Wouldn't it be crazy? Do one in Chicago, do one in Milwaukee, do one in Madison. There's so many people that are healing. So
yeah, it's not just the weight. It's the everything, the way that they feel. They get rid of their diabetes. They, get rid of the brain fog. I was talking to a lady yesterday at dinner. I actually got to sneak out for a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to remember everybody's names. We were talking about Aunt Flo. And I actually said period. And she's like, oh, Jen, you finally said it. And I'm like, what did I say? And she's like, you said the P word. Because I always say Aunt Flo, because it's just an uncomfortable thing for me to talk about since I'm a woman and a lot of people on here are men. So I just feel uncomfortable. So I thought it was kind of funny that she was getting a kick out of that.
Look, Diane, we met.
Yes.
She was the first one here.
I think actually it was Diane. Diane, was that you that I was talking to?
Diane was the first one at Montello Theater yesterday, and she came all the way out from Boston. Hello, Carrie and Jen. Going back to Boston and watching from the Philly airport. Amazing day yesterday.
It was amazing meeting you. Absolutely. I think it was you that I was actually talking to about that. By the way, I sent you a friend request on Facebook, so if you see it.
We also had Becky came out.
Yeah.
Oh, man, there were so many people. You already mentioned Robin came out.
Yep. And her gorgeous mom.
Tony was here.
It's your sister. She's like, this is my mama.
Robin and her mom. So we had Carnivore's grandma, and then I was joking, Carnivore's great-grandma.
Right.
We had a couple people in the audience, too, that weren't yet carnivore. And I said, they were telling me that before the event, and I said, just give it 2 hours. You'll be converted.
Yeah, we have a good friend that we made, Jose, that lives around here that's been coming to the movies for a while. He lost over 100 pounds, and he actually brought his pants in, and I was just like blown away. He's like, these pants were tight for me, and he was so small compared to his pants that he used to wear. So he's been doing carnivore. He's been doing amazing.
Adam said, Ola, friends, 3 hours to go till home. Adam's still driving home.
Adam.
The brisket's still frozen. So we did this, and then we had dinner, a carnivore dinner down the road at a place called Smoke and Oak. And they did carnivore style brisket and pork. And I was panicking a couple days before, just thinking like, man, carnivores eat a lot. This is buffet style. What if we do this and the people at the end of the line at the restaurant end up not getting enough meat? Like, we can eat a lot. So I got another brisket from Costco. We called the owner of the restaurant and said, can I just buy a brisket and bring it in? You can throw it in the smoker. And she was really accommodating, and she did that. We had way too much brisket. We got to the end and we had a full brisket left over.
Who would have thought?
Here's a little. So again, I mentioned this earlier. I know there's a lot of new people on here. If you guys are interested in learning more about this, healinghumanity.life, I have a code in the description below, and we're posting videos and behind the scenes and pictures and stuff like that. But here's just a quick one from my phone. That was Emma with Robin and some brisket and pork. So good, but we had so much left over, and unfortunately I wish we would have known earlier, because a lot of people left and there's still maybe 30 people left. 70 people came to the dinner. There's still maybe 20 or 30, and we were like, here's to-go containers, take as much as you want. And then there was still some left, so Adam and I took some home. Adam has a huge container and he threw it in the freezer last night. I was like, you better finish that by the time you get home. I mean, it was a huge container.
Trying to read some comments, guys. Yeah, Adam, you better be watching the road and not your phone.
Ribeye Ranger Jim, hey friends, love the Healing Humanity tour idea, 12 states in 12 months. I am seriously, the only hesitation I have is we got to keep working on the documentary, which we're doing. We still have a lot of money in the bank for the documentary due to everyone's generous donations and memberships and everything like that. But when you project out the cost to edit everything that we have, and then the more expensive cost to market it, it's like, do we just dry up the bank account, or do we keep fundraising? So that's what we keep. Like this whole event, I did it because I love carnivores and it was awesome. I would have done it anyways, but it was to raise funds for the documentary, for editing and stuff like that.
Plus we got to meet everybody.
So the tour idea is awesome, but it's always like weighing it. Working on the documentary, or doing the tour and raising more funds for the documentary. If the documentary was done right now, I'd be like, let's do a tour all around the whole country.
I mean, y'all can do it too. If you know, the purpose of it is obviously for us is to get donations, but other people can do it around where you live and, you know, get more people interested in it. There was people that brought friends that never heard of carnivore or were interested in learning more about carnivore. And then by the time they left, they're like, yeah, you changed me. So what do you got now?
This is our friend Angie. Angie is incredible. Unrecognizable. Angie came in here a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
She also drove all the way out to Chicago when we did the Dr. Hampton meetup. And that was just before we went to film Jeff to Prosperous. And she just came back. Angie and her daughter, Rebecca. And Rebecca was, I remember a year ago when she came in, Rebecca was really encouraging her mom, and she's just getting started. She has lost so much weight. More important than the weight, though, she's off all of her medications. And she was having serious issues with neuropathy and pain and tingling in some of her joints and things like that. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her. Look, she looks so much younger too.
Yeah. She was happy. She was
just overjoyed.
She was
I'm like,
glowing.
we got to get, that was another one. I'm like, why
Mm-hmm.
aren't you on this
Right.
stage? Your
Yep.
story is
Exactly.
inspiring. Let's go.
We just didn't have enough time.
Well, and some people are shy, and some people, you can't just put them on the spot last minute. Let's do it. We got kind of have to organize it better.
Yeah.
But if we do a future one, I want to organize it better where we take like, hey, you can apply if you want to share your story kind of thing.
Or maybe open a couple hours before.
Chris said, Smoking Oak killed it. Yeah, I was really happy with that, Chris. Everyone's like, Carrie, you're so lucky. You always go here. I never go to that place because I thought that it's a barbecue place. They normally put rubs and spices. There's normally a lot of sugar on it. However, I said to the owner, I said, this was great. Thank you. We really appreciate it. You guys did a great job for us. I said, can I ever come in with my family and order carnivore style? No spices, no sauces, nothing. And she said, that's how we always do it. The only caveat is they have pepper, but I'm fine with that. They'll smoke it with salt and pepper, but no sugar, no rub, nothing else. And she said, that's the only way we do it. And then afterwards, people can put the sauce on the table. They have all the sauces on the table. So I'll probably be going back there. The only thing that they messed up, which was my fault, they trimmed most of the fat off the brisket. I said, I'm like, this. I made it very clear. It's got to be carnivore style, no sauces, no spices. I didn't think to say, don't trim all the fat off. Like, we like the fat. Maybe I should have said that. I didn't even know places would do. Well, I guess butcher shops do that. Like, what did you do with the fat? Can we have that back? Like, that's the best part.
Can you imagine saying that?
Shannon Parker, $2 super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you. 450 days on Lion. Holy moly.
Carrie and Jen, you saved my life. 450 days on Lion. Oh my goodness, Shannon. Wow. How does that make you feel?
Shocked, I guess. That's a long time not to have like eggs, and I don't know. I definitely couldn't do it because I need my eggs.
I'm not asking you about the 450 days on Lion. She said, you saved my life. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm sure it was you.
Oh, it says Jen, you saved my life.
This is Carrie Ann.
Wow, Shannon.
You saved your life.
Yes.
We were just here pushing. I'm shrinking. My stool is going down. I was getting smaller.
We said, go down that scary path, Shannon, and you decided to go down the path and did the hard work. So give yourself credit. But oh my goodness, glad we had a small part in it.
Good to hear that.
There's, I'll tell you what, there is nothing better in the world than hearing someone healing like that. That's incredible. Ellie, Nourishment Redacted. I'm so happy my bestie Nia was able to go and share her story. I wish I could have gone too.
Aww.
Yeah, Nia's story was great too.
Yeah.
It was so nice having just a wide variety of different stories. She's overcome a lot. There were quite a few people that came up and said they resonated with Nia. Becky was saying that as well. Carnivore at 60. Hey, buddy, how's it going? 12 states in 12 months. Yeah.
Maybe someday. We got this place. We got other things. So
that's the tricky part. But this is what I was talking to Adam. I was like, Adam, what if we just do one in between you and me? Adam's in Ohio. I'm in Wisconsin. Maybe we do one big one in Chicago.
Right.
And maybe we get Dr. Hampton to come up because he lives in Chicago. But we try to go big because we're limited. We were limited here. We have 135 seats that we offered here, and it filled up really quickly. So I'm like, I think we could have got twice that here, and then Chicago, and this is in the middle of nowhere. So in Chicago.
And people flew from all over, which was just amazing to me.
In Chicago, we could get a couple hundred people, maybe a couple thousand.
All right, guys, I'm gonna work on that.
Maybe
I'll figure out. Does anybody live in the Chicago area that can kind of work with me? Maybe tell me some places where I can look into, because again, it's a fundraiser. I don't want to spend $1,000 on renting a room when we can get that money for the fundraiser. So if anybody's in the Chicago area, send an email to HomesteadHow@gmail.com. Carrie will get it, but he'll forward it to me.
There was all of the inspiring stories were amazing. Dr. Kiltz's next level energy, incredible. But all of that aside,
Yes,
just
I did.
being in a room full of carnivore energy, carnivore zen, carnivore happiness, carnivore healing was incredible. Just for those that didn't see yet.
That was, I saw him walk down from our theater area. He like ran to me. He's like, Jen, like, oh my gosh, am I in a dream?
Do you guys know how crazy, surreal, weird this is? We filmed Bill Knott a year ago, and the day before Emma and I flew out to film Bill is when I first met and interviewed Dr. Kiltz on my channel. And that was from here in the office downstairs in the movie theater that I interviewed him. Never in a million years could I imagine with my own two eyes looking out the window over my shoulder, right over there. Yesterday, Dr. Kiltz came screeching in on Adam's car across the street. It's kind of a long story, but Dr. Kiltz borrowed Adam's car because he was getting some work done at the Airbnb, and he came in and he screeched in right in front. I'm looking over there, I'm like, rubbing my eyes. Right? That's Dr. Kiltz.
Right?
And, the other thing we did yesterday that was awesome.
That was funny.
Is right here.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can see that, okay. We put the marquee up. Healing Humanity, Dr. Kiltz. So we got some pictures with that too. So again, I don't want to be like high pressure sales, but if anyone's interested in the membership site, healinghumanity.life, we're trying to post a lot of stuff on their video clips and behind the scenes, and we're going to have the full video, including Nia's testimony, JT and Anna.
That was really amazing. I was in tears. I think a lot of people, because it was about Jeff too, there was a lot of sniffling and crying, and then poor JT and Anna had to go on next. I felt bad, but they're such uppers that
we showed two things. We showed a 12-minute testimonial to Jeff to Prosperous.
It was beautiful.
We showed that in the beginning, and yeah, I think there was a lot of tears, but there was also cheers, because there's a couple parts in there where Jeff was just being hilarious, and it was really funny. Yeah. So it was like heartbreaking at moments, and then it was very uplifting. It was something to see Jeff on the big screen, as we're going to see him in the documentary Healing Humanity. Yeah. And then to hear a whole audience, an entire full house audience, every seat filled, watching Jeff and hearing his story. Oh, man. I felt really bad for JT, because after the tribute, JT was the first one to go up with Anna, but he did a great job.
They killed it. They're amazing.
I'll tell you guys something. I had to call a lot of people to talk about what happened with Jeff, and calling JT was one of the hardest phone calls I've ever had to make my entire life. JT absolutely adored and loved Jeff, and as we all did, but he had a deeper connection with Jeff. We used to do that Carnivore Cafe, Carnivore Coffee live stream with Jeff, and Jeff has been on JT's channel alone, and he was so close to him, and oh God, I just could start crying thinking about it. JT was absolutely broken. There was no way I could. I almost wish I would have drove to his house to tell him. Right. He was absolutely just broken when he heard that news.
Yeah, he called me, he texted me, and then Anna texted me, and that was really hard.
Yeah,
hearing that. So I don't want to.
But
did enough crying yesterday.
We showed that yesterday, and 6 days from now, on Saturday, at 7 p.m. Central Time,
you gotta watch.
You gotta tune in. It's actually at 6:15 p.m. Central. It's going to be a 44-minute version of Jeff to Prosperous, and I'll tell you what, please don't miss it. Yes. Please don't think 45 minutes is too long, because this was 32 hours of footage of Jeff in his own words, and it is so inspiring. Every one of you watching this knows how incredible Jeff is, but you don't realize the gravity of the situation until you see. I watched 32 hours over again and edited that down into this 40 minutes. It's incredible what Jeff did. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah. He's a hero. He inspired so many people, and that is all showcased in Jeff's words through 32 hours worth of videos. Next week, 6:15 p.m. Central. It's going as a premiere, so we'll be able to chat, and all of Jeff's friends, including JT, myself, Dwight Garlow, Ronnie Campbell, Anthony Haydick, Diane Elizabeth, I'm missing others. They're going to be in the chat. So if you have questions or you want to share a laugh or whatever during that premiere, as soon as the premiere ends at 7 p.m., Dwight Garlow, Jeff's best friend, Dwight Garlow, who, by the way, is a hero. I'm not using that word as flattery. In the literal sense of the word, Dwight is an absolute legend hero. He's helped 62 people in his community fix their metabolic health, reverse type 2 diabetes, and don't get me wrong, Jeff Prosperous did the hard work. It's incredible what Jeff did. You'll see that in the video, but he never would have known what a proper human diet was, what fasting was, who Professor Seafried was without Dwight Garlow. And Dwight didn't just say, oh, here, Jeff, here's some info, go do it.
Yeah.
Dwight was with Jeff on a weekly basis for 2 years, helping him, refining his regimen. Let's add this in. Let's do a little bit more of this. Let's think about doing this. Let's fast around this. Absolute humble legend. When we were at Jeff's service, I'll stop talking about Jeff. You're getting you sad. When we were at Jeff's service, this is the last thing I'll say. I was so honored that I was asked to be a pallbearer at Jeff's service, and so was Dwight. And I looked over at Dwight during the middle of this service when there's hundreds of people that are crying and mourning Jeff, coming up and touching the coffin. I looked over at Dwight and I broke down just thinking, most of these people have no clue that that man right there, Dwight Garlow, is a huge reason that everyone here got 2 extra years with Jeff. All of Jeff's hard work was the main reason, but without Dwight Garlow, Jeff was given 3 months to live and he thrived for 30 months. A huge part of that was Dwight and
well, Jeff called him his medicine man. That's what he was.
Medicine man, his best friend, and he was there with him every step of the way. So Dwight, I don't think Dwight's ever done a live. Dwight was on my channel, but Dwight and I are co-hosting this live stream. And we also put together, besides this 44-minute tribute I put together, we set up a GoFundMe for Jeff's wife, Martha, and their boys, Dante and Peter. And let me just take a peek real quick because I mentioned this yesterday. I don't know what it's at now. I wanted to do anything I could to help with the family. And there's not much you can do, but I'm like, this is a little way. So I encouraged them, and we were able to work with Dwight and get it set up. And 592 donations, 41,850 Canadian dollars raised so far for Jeff's wife, which is just incredible because it was very expensive. The regimen and the treatments, hyperbaric oxygen treatments, all of that stuff was really adding up there.
Not to mention his 2 boys are left behind. They were young, 14 and 16?
Yeah. So please watch that with us.
Right.
On to happier news now.
Yes, and if you can donate to it, please do. Lori from, please help me. Something cheer.
Carnivore Cheer.
Thank you. Carnivore Cheer was here yesterday. Absolutely amazing. Wonderful, wonderful person. Emma, our daughter, went to go take her breakfast yesterday morning. And of course, we won't take any money for anybody that we're trying to help and host and anything like that. So Emma wouldn't take the money for it. So I just noticed, donated on Jeff's behalf. So if you want to pay it forward, or you want to help somebody out, or if you just want to do a good deed, please go on there and do anything you can. $1, $10, anything helps, goes towards the family, the wife, the 2 kids, going towards your schooling, the funeral costs, the medicine that he all had to go through, everything helps. So please do whatever you can. Yeah.
So, long story short, how do we honor Jeff Prosperous? I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to honor Jeff the rest of my life. Live your life to its fullest potential. That's what Jeff did every single day. And he was the ultimate helper. He said it about 30 times in the video you guys are going to watch on Saturday. I just want to help people. I believe I was put on this earth to help other people. I'm going through stage 4 terminal cancer. And what is he doing? He's helping other people. So that's how we can honor Jeff, is by being the best people we can be. And Jeff believes that he caused his own cancer from the foods he was eating, chronically inflaming foods, from alcohol, from stress, from those things. And that's another way I think we can honor him. It's a cautionary tale for people out there that are just like, I just like my Twinkies too much. Okay, then realize if you do that for long enough, years and years, decades and decades, you're eating a highly inflammatory food. Highly inflammatory foods cause mitochondrial damage, causes cancer. You do it long enough, you're going to end up with cancer. All right, let's read some comments, Jen.
Hey, slow down. I'm trying
boy,
to read.
There's lots of comments now. Papa Carnivore now weighs the same he did when he was 20. That's awesome.
He's going too fast. I can't read him.
Hey, it's Becky. Blessed
Hi,
by Carnivore.
Becky.
Becky is my sister from another mister. Your sister from another mister as well.
Uh-huh.
Jen became good friends with Becky.
She's the one that gave me that necklace. I'm sorry I don't have it on. I took it off at night. I only wear my cross at nighttime or all day. I'll never take it off. She gave me that beautiful necklace that I was talking about when we first started. Thank you, Becky. I loved it.
Becky, I emailed you about an hour ago some really cool pictures.
You really hit it off with our daughter, Emma. She is just inspired by you. She showed a pizza that she made. And when I say pizza, I'm talking about a carnivore pizza. It was chicken, and then you get to put whatever you want on it. Emma she wanted to go home and make it. And I'm really shrinking. This chair keeps going down. So thank you for that. If you want to share it, Becky, go ahead. I know you had a video on it. Please share it down below so people can see how to make it. But it was amazing. Another person that we got to meet, amazing person. Great story, great person overall. Love it. I had so much fun yesterday because everybody was coming up to me, Jen, I know you, but you don't know me, and you saved me. And I'm not used to that. As I said before, I know I'm shrinking. As I said before, I have this other chair. You have a wooden chair. I didn't do it. You just found Carrie and I didn't make you stop eating something or start eating this way. I'm just kind of telling you how I'm doing it, or my story. Like I said, it took me over a year to start, and I had a couple people saying yesterday, I'm glad you waited that year. I'm glad you waited that year and kind of like took time and made the decision on your own, which I did. So
we got greetings from Germany. Thanks to you and your story, I went from 388 pounds to 348 pounds in 3 months.
Holy cow.
My heart rate is 120/80 since 1 week, and my morning blood sugar dropped from 136 to 110. I am very motivated. That is incredible. Hey, I keep saying this, but if you want to share your story on my channel, shoot me an email, HomesteadHow@gmail.com. Got to get all these inspiring stories out there to the world. That is awesome. My heart rate, the last time I checked it too, was precisely the same as yours, 120/80. And my heart rate before carnivore was always erratic, crazy. You guys have already heard I had congestive heart failure. I had an irregular heartbeat. And I had a tachycardia. I had a really high heart rate. My blood pressure was horrible. It's all just normal now. Mm-hmm. 3 months, 90 days is incredible. You're very motivated, but just wait. Just wait. It'll get better and better. Just don't cheat. Stick to it. You're repairing your gut bacteria, gut biome. There's a lot of stuff going on under the hood, so to speak. You don't want to reverse any of that. I was so happy seeing you and Dr. Kiltz, Jen.
Yes, that was amazing.
Shannon Parker, I reversed lupus and rheumatoid arthritis and mixed connective tissue and off all meds. I was a hospice patient.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Shannon, no pressure. But if you want to share your story, that is incredible.
I think that is amazing.
Shoot me an email, homesteadhow@gmail.com. Chris Stearns. I'm gonna put this, Chris, this is gonna go in my office next to my Lynn Tucker Carnivore Ribeye Ranger Gym image. Chris is saying, thank you so much for the super chat, Chris. After hearing the speakers and talking with people at dinner, I think my mom is now going to give carnivore a try.
Nice.
Well worth the 10 hours of driving right there. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness, Chris, that is awesome. Chris, you too, my friend. We talk all the time on here. No pressure. I know some people prefer not to go on camera and things like that, but you ever, Chris, want to share your story on the channel, say the word, shoot me an email, homesteadhow@gmail.com.
Yes.
That was so cool seeing Chris
and
his mom.
I'm sorry, he's not a heavy metal person like I am. If you're ever interested in going to a concert, hit me up.
I'll make the steak and then you guys can go see the concert.
Okay.
Carnivore Candy, I was told I was unable to rebuild muscle due to a genetic disease. I had MRIs done and they showed I am gaining muscle and losing visceral fat. It works. It sure does.
Nice.
You eat natural foods and your body goes back to its natural state every single time. I believe that with every fiber of my body. It sounds like just words, but when you really think about it, when you eat natural foods, your body will go back to its natural state.
Well, it's that, and then it's also the fact that, I'm sorry, this is me gross. Yeah, poop out all the crap that you have in your body. So, I mean, that definitely helps too. Like when I first started carnivore, I just go into the bathroom, I'm like, what is this? And then I'm thinking, it's literally all the crap that you put in your body, all the waste
out.
Yeah, that you put on your body, and it's
And
terrible. So
the toll.
yes.
Do you wonder why you used to be fatigued?
You just have a fly right in your hat.
The human digestive system requires an incredible amount of energy to process waste foods. When it's like, what is this seed oil? What is this artificial dye? What is this roughage? What is this green broccoli garbage that's got toxins on it? And then it's processing all of those things throughout the day. And then you come home and you plop down on the couch and you're tired and you'll wonder why.
Right.
And then think of the toll that takes over decades.
I know.
You do that for 30 years.
Yes.
What happens? How many years does that take off your life?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know.
Lori, my daughter is starting tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Outdoorsy, my mom was there. Awesome.
Very nice.
Well, she would love to come over to one of your meetups at the theater, but Wales is a long way, but never say never.
Oh, jeez.
I want to come over to the UK and do a big meetup over there and film my buddy Lee Copus, Kent Carnivore. Adam and I are going to be talking about that this week and see if maybe we could do a big meetup or something over there to help with the major expense that would be to get us all over there with the camera equipment. Ribeye Ranger. Carrie, did you get to see Dr. K's jet, or did Adam get any pics? I didn't get to see it. It was kind of a logistical craziness. When Dr. Kiltz arrived, Adam was driving right by, so he picked him up. And then Dr. Kiltz actually stole Adam's car yesterday and drove it back to the airport. And then today I drove Adam to get his car and dropped Lori off. But I do have a picture that Dr. Kiltz sent me after dinner last night. That's his co-pilot right there, by the way. Isn't that awesome? I said this yesterday. I'm going to say it again real quick. At the beginning of the thing, I said to Dr. Kiltz, I said, could you come up on stage with me? I said, you are a doctor. You are an author who's written several books. You are a motivational speaker. You are a social media influencer, a YouTuber. You have hundreds of employees working under you. You have young couples that now can call themselves families with babies because of you and because of your education and guidance and the work that you do at your fertility clinics. You could literally be anywhere on the entire planet, and you're right here at Montello Theater right now. You could be sitting on a beach or wherever.
I was saying that to Carrie when we were driving here. I'm like, did that really happen? Was he really here? Did he spend the day? I mean, he flew in, spent the night at an Airbnb, and then he
not that I need to say this, but it's not like we hired Dr. Kiltz and paid him thousands of dollars to come. We didn't pay him a penny. I just wanted to stream with him, and he offered to come all the way out here, and he covered all of the. Can you imagine the expense to fly all the way out here?
He flew his own plane.
Long story short, this isn't flattery. It's just what an incredible individual. He could literally be just sitting at home, sitting on a beach, doing whatever he wants.
Doing his pottery that he loves so much.
He just did another meetup in the Carolinas like 2 weeks ago, and he's constantly doing these live streams and doing everything.
Yeah.
Why? What is his motivation? What does he get out of coming out to Montello to do this to a crowd of 130 people?
To help others.
To help others.
Yes.
He's the ultimate helper. It's incredible. Carnivore at 60, down to 177.4 pounds today. Woohoo!
Wow.
From 369.
Oh my.
So down 191 pounds in 15 months. Carnivore at 60 is awesome. He's got his own YouTube channel. I had him on my channel sharing his story.
Cow.
Carrie, there's quite a lot of testimonials right here in chat. I know. Mama Cracker, I am overwhelmed by the testimonies. They never get old. I love them. There's so many of them lately. I'm like, how are we ever going to finish this documentary? People keep coming out of the woodwork with these crazy testimonies. Shannon, going to send me an email now. Oh, that's awesome. Who's your carnivore, Brett? How's it going, buddy? Thank you so much. Who's your carnivore? Gifted 5 HomesteadHow memberships.
Thank you. I showed Carrie a picture of you and Dr. Baker.
Yeah, you just saw Dr. Barry.
Barry, sorry.
You just saw Dr. Baker, Brett. That was awesome. I think I saw that on Facebook.
Always watching if someone's coming. That keeps clicking because the window's open. Sorry, he normally does this downstairs, but I said to him when we were driving here, I'm like, why don't we just do a live stream really quick and and kind of tell people how things went yesterday that weren't able to make it here. So
one of the really fun things about yesterday was she got to participate. Not that you didn't last time, but we did another meetup here, and it was over a year ago.
Yep.
And it was before you started Carnivore. You're about 170 days Carnivore. You came here, but you were a little bit less excited than you were now. Don't get me wrong, you were excited, but we didn't have Dr. Kiltz, who you love, and you weren't Carnivore, so you were kind of the odd one out.
I was really the odd one out. Now I'm kind of here, and it was amazing for me to meet all the people. A lot of people said, you definitely changed. I guess if I really look at it, yes, I did change because I never talked before. I would never be on camera. I would be very shy. But I said before, you guys are all family, so it's easy to talk to you guys. Sorry, reading the comments again. Do you guys have any questions or anything, or have any well, you can't share pictures on here, can you? I was going to say, share some pictures or something.
On the journey, I was wearing a size 54 pants. Now I'm down to size 38-40.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, I would love to do another meetup here.
That is the one cool thing. We have the building, so it doesn't cost anything.
No, it's...
You know what I was thinking? Our good friend Matt, who runs the Watertown Theater, Town Cinema, he'd let us run one there.
Oh, sure.
And that's closer to Milwaukee, which is more populated.
And he's got 3 screens, so we can have a doctor in each one.
It was really fun doing the meetup and leveraging the movie screen. So we showed the Jeff tribute, and then later in the night, we showed a 9-minute video clip, exclusive footage from the documentary that we haven't shown anyone other than close friends and family. We haven't shown to the public. So we showed the end part of it. 3 minutes at the end was the Dr. Kiltz reel, which is my favorite. Absolutely, it's your favorite. I don't even have to ask you. His words in that 3 minutes, so good.
I was watching him, I'm sorry, I was just watching Dr. Kiltz. He sat to the front, to the right of me, so I kept watching him and watching his face, and he's really getting into it. And then when he saw himself, he I don't know how to explain it. It was just so beautiful how he watched himself. Most people would be like, oh, that's me, wow, look at me. No, he had a different, I don't know, he was just different about it. So passionate and just wants to, I don't know, he was amazing. He took his time to talk to everybody. I really didn't get a lot of time to talk to him except for when he came, and then when he left, that was about it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him again. But he took the time to talk to everybody. After
we did the dinner, and Jen came to the dinner, but a little bit later because she was thank you. You were getting stuff organized because we still got to run the movie theater.
Yeah, we did a movie last night.
And so Dr. Kiltz was at the thing at the dinner, and then he said, can you give me your wife's phone number? I'm like, sure, she loves you. So I gave him your phone number, and then did he call you or text you?
He called me, and I'm like, I couldn't get it because I was doing the movie theater, and it was from New York, and I'm like, oh, it's probably for the dog kennel or something. And then he left. He texted me, and then it said something like, "You're amazing. I love your family. It was really great to meet you." I'm like, "Who is this?" And then it said Dr. Kiltz. I'm like, oh, I got all red, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he actually texted me."
So now you texted him regularly?
Yeah, he's my buddy now. No, I was very thankful that he took the time to thank me for coming. And he actually inspired me too with his pottery that he does. I told him I used to love doing pottery in high school a long time ago. And he actually was talking to me about that. And he's like, yeah, that's actually when I started, was in high school. So he's been doing it for a long time. And he sparked my interest. I want to look into buying a good quality potter's wheel. And then once I try it out again, maybe I'll love it. And I'll be able to make stuff like this. Probably not this nice. Oops, not nice. And I'll be able to sell it, and then all the funds would go to healing humanity.
Do you know how long Dr. Kiltz has been eating a proper human diet?
26 years?
15.
Oh.
15, which is incredible. 26.
Oh, no. I added an extra 10 years. Yes, I was trying to remember his age.
Hannah said, thank you so much for hosting the event, Carrie. I love getting to meet Dr. Kiltz and seeing your theater and family. I brought my parents who are 80 and 82, and they were very inspired. Oh,
Nice.
That's awesome. Next time, if we do it differently, there's a couple things I want to improve. This is a learning experience.
The projector.
I wish we would have had more time for meet and greet. We did an hour. It would have been better to do an hour and a half or 2 hours.
2 hours at least, yeah.
The projector was awesome because we could show these video clips on the screen. And then when the speakers went up, I showed like their YouTube channel. So when JT and Anna went up, I showed the Poco Moonshine family, their channel, so people could subscribe and follow them. However, it was blurring out their face a little bit. It was nice because it lit up their face, but then you'd see different colors. So I figured out a way that I could kind of mask it off to do that.
Is mine or yours? I had pictures on mine. Yeah, I got a lot of pictures yesterday, which is amazing.
Jen, you're looking great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Papa Carnivore.
I'm definitely feeling better. Like I said, I'm still losing weight. I'm losing inches. I'm feeling so much better. I got so much energy. I'm talking to you guys. Would I have ever done this before? I would have not. I would have been like, okay, yeah,
No,
you know, huh?
No, you wouldn't have.
Oh.
Your energy's you're a lot nicer.
Oh, well, thank you.
You were pretty mean there for a while.
I was always you know what?
I was depressed and you were mean.
We were a good team.
Right? Carrie, what do you consider the best hat brand? Oh, geez, I'm not good at that stuff. I don't know. The Healing Humanity brand. I don't know.
I don't even know what brand that is.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I got a bunch of, my favorite hat, and this is probably biased, but Matthews Archery gave me several hats. And there's certain hats where they just fit just right, and I just like them perfect. And there's other ones that are kind of weird, and I don't like them. So, sorry, not much help on that question. Chris Stern said, I can't wait to see the completed doc. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And then as we announced it, the thing, it's not just the documentary, remember, we're doing a whole series, which I'm really excited about the series. Like, imagine a whole episode on obesity, and you got a little bit of Bill Knott. The aging episode, I'm really excited for. Of course, we're going to have Maggie, but we'll also have Mimi and Pastor Jimmy and Annette. And then the individual series, like, oh, I really like Maggie. I want to learn more about her. Okay, we'll have a whole episode on just Maggie as well. So.
What I really like, can I say really quick? So Bill was up on the screen for a couple seconds because we all got to see a little teaser of what was going to come up. And everybody was screaming at the screen, we love you, Bill. We love you, Bill. And I wish I would have got that on camera because that was so amazing. I was like having goosebumps from it because it was so beautiful for it to hear everybody saying that, because we all do. We love Bill. So
I know. Bill was going to record a special message, and I was going to remind him to do it, and then I completely forgot. I wish I would have done that. Someone said, who was the doctor from Iowa? That is Dr. Rick Godin, Godin. He has his own YouTube channel. He's an orthopedic surgeon who found carnivore. And he gave his story here yesterday, and he was also on my channel if you want to learn more. If you look back a couple of videos, so crazy because Dr. Baker is an orthopedic surgeon who's also passionate about carnivore. Now there's another orthopedic surgeon passionate about carnivore. Dr. Rick was awesome, great story.
Doesn't Dr. Kiltz eat ice cream? Yes, he does.
Dr.
It's
Kiltz
Kiltz ice cream.
Kiltz ice cream.
It's Kiltz ice cream. It's carnivore ice cream.
Well,
when Anna made it, it was carnivore ice cream.
I haven't ventured into that. That scares me.
Well, it was cream and salt, I think.
Chris Stearns had my first Topo Chico last night. Goodbye, Diet Coke.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi there. Yeah, I'll give you a call. I'll take a look, like maybe I did say until the next 2 weeks even. I'll clean it out of there, so I'm gonna take a picture of it. But yeah, I will once I clear that out. Well, thank you. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We're the ones that left it, but I appreciate it.
All right. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me. Bye.
Sorry about that.
Let me get back up on my stool.
Sorry. Someone misplaced a hat and we were looking all through the list and found for it. We're not very professional live streamers, Jen. We gotta
Not up
one at
here.
a
It's
time.
hard because you get the window. You got people coming in for.
Chris had his first Topo Chico last night. Goodbye, Diet Coke. Chris, it's way better than Diet Coke, but it's a little bit of an addiction for sure. It's literally just sparkling water.
Yeah, we gave it all to Adam and Ashley yesterday
I
to
snagged a
take
few of them.
home. Did you?
Yeah. Hannah said, I'm super excited about the documentary. It looks to be really well done. Adam had a comment up here. Adam, if you were at the meetup and seen the exclusive documentary footage, comment your thoughts. We'd love to hear it.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Adam, stop writing. I hope you're pulled over, buddy.
It was really awesome watching the documentary on the big screen
Mhm.
and then seeing a full house audience reacting to it and clapping. It was pretty cool.
Oh, just wait.
Well, the tricky part too was, just so people know, the footage that we shared was really strategic and it's not necessarily a good representation of the documentary. That was a clip that we were going to share for the Angel Studios thing. So it was very particular. It was.
I know you couldn't hear me. I kept saying I'm sorry. The lady was standing there and yeah. When I was looking up, I was looking at her, trying to talk to her.
Ribeye Ranger, Carrie, all of us learned about carnivore healing from others. Please encourage others here to start their own YouTube channels and share even just simple short testimonials can give hope and help. Oh man, 100%. Do it. It's a win-win, because if you do the YouTube channel, you will have that as encouragement for yourself. Some people need, I know I did, like when I first started, it's second nature now, but to be accountable, you can do videos. And as soon as you do that, you're doing it for yourself. And then all of a sudden you get a comment like, you really inspired me. Your story is similar to my story. And that's like the greatest feeling in the world. That's how people are going to change and do this, is getting inspired from other people doing it, which is the whole reason we decided to do this documentary. Like, let's just get these inspiring stories out to the world.
Well, that's how you got Bill not to go, is you told him to do his story. You know, you're going too quick. I can't read all those. You know, Lynn, I was going to say the same thing. You need to stop hot dogging. And then Carrie started talking.
Adams.
I was going to say yesterday, though, Dr. Kiltz was hot dogging in Adam's car yesterday. Ashley and Adam came here to grab their stuff, and it was just me. And he's like, yeah, Dr. Kiltz was like, what did he say? It was like kind of like Dukes of Hazzard in the car. He's like, my car.
Adam is driving his car right now while munching on leftover brisket while typing into YouTube. No more hot dogging, Adam. We got to finish this documentary. We don't need any more car accidents.
I'll answer Susan Hampton. No.
Lash said, I would love to start a channel, but I have no idea what to do with one. Oh my goodness, Lash, you're a natural. You are, just share your own stories.
Yep.
You want to do the healing. Lash wants to start a ranch for healing, which I love. I think it's an incredible idea. Lash, my buddy that I was talking about earlier, Dwight Garlow, he's opening up a wellness center on the reservation he lives on, and it's going to be called Healing Humanity, and it's going to be completely free for people to visit and he's going to educate people about healing, and then they can exercise there as well. So it's pretty awesome. But in terms of you and your channel, man, just tell your story. Your story is so inspirational. You speak from the heart. You're passionate about it. If you do a channel too, people just like day in the life of Lash. What'd you eat today? What'd you cook today? Those things are really motivational for a lot of people. Karen Herending, next year I'll be going to more meetups. I need that encouragement when meeting people in our community. I'll tell you what, these meetups are fun.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see where we at with comments. Slipknot fan, Jen and Carrie, what new movies are playing at your theater?
Oh, I absolutely love the name. Oh my gosh. Not going to go on to that. So today we're playing Transformers 1. Next week we're playing Joker 2. And the following week I am doing a haunted Halloween party here. I'm very, very excited about it. There's going to be 2 parties here. One for younger kids and a really, really scary one at night for older people, older adults. So, and then that Friday and Sunday we are playing, what is it, Speak No Evil, right? That movie? Speak No Evil, that Friday and Sunday. So
it's actually a really good movie.
Yeah, it was. And then did anybody go see that movie White Bird? Right? It's what it's called, White Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Did we see that? Wait, that's the one we just watched.
I saw it.
Yeah.
He came with me.
Great sleep.
He came with
Great
me,
nap.
but I saw it. So yeah.
On Carnivore, on Carnivore, I nap. So Jen and I, once a week, we have a dedicated day where we don't go on our phones for the most part.
Yeah.
And we watch a movie because that's what we've been doing since we're 14 years old. That was our first date ever. But we do it because we have to preview movies that we're going to watch here. So last Monday, we went and saw White Bird. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
The parts that I stayed awake for. Like the best movie in the world. I don't know what it is on Carnivore. I just nap more. I'm not tired. It's not like I'm exhausted, but Dr. Kiltz gets up at 3 a.m. He does his 5 a.m. live stream, and he said it wouldn't be uncommon for a carnivore to take a couple naps during the day. Or an ancestral human back in the day, you probably would have hunted, and then you would have taken a little afternoon nap.
Right.
Then you would have eaten, then you maybe would have hunted a little bit more. I've never napped my entire life, but I've always had horrible sleep problems. Now I sleep great, and usually around the afternoon, I'm like, I can take a little nap.
He does fall asleep on the couch sometimes, but it's just funny when we go to a movie because I don't like when people talk during the movie. He'd fall asleep, and then he'd wake up, and then he'd be like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I'm not explaining this to you."
That was a really good movie, though.
It was, yes. So if you haven't seen it,
I don't understand how it tied into the earlier version.
Earlier version?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, never mind.
I don't get that part.
It was a good movie, though. It's about Nazi Germany.
Because she was the storyteller. She was the girl. I can't explain it. You guys go watch it. It was a really good movie.
So that's your recommendation, White Bird.
Yeah, so far.
Not a lot to choose from. White Bird and what was it? Speak No Evil.
Yeah,
that's a rated
R. And we're having
R
Joker, but I don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah, I haven't heard great things.
And then I'm trying to think what's next. We try to stay up with current movies, but November to January, the movies are like hard, slim pickings.
So there's a Gladiator 2 is going to be coming out.
Yeah, but
I'm excited for that.
They want us to play it for 3 weeks, and we're a small one-screen theater, so I have to do it a little bit later than when it comes out. But yeah, we're excited about that. Somebody in town here, a restaurant, is actually donating. I don't know if I told you, they're donating to, what is the name? It's not Mona. What is that kids movie? Monona? No.
We just played a trailer for Mona.
Yeah, whatever it was, but they're donating 2 really nice, very expensive wooden like paddle boards, I think they are maybe, but yeah, so that's going to be really exciting. So I'm always trying to do something around the theater. Like I said, for Halloween, we're doing a party, 2 parties for it.
Hannah's dad reversed his diabetes with keto and now might try carnivore. At 82, he can stand on his head.
Oh,
wow.
My gosh.
Imagine what he could do as an 82-year-old carnivore. That'd be crazy. That's great that he reversed his diabetes with keto. Check out Dr. Barry's ADS.
Sherry's far behind on the
Sherry
comments.
said, YouTube is so fun to meet awesome friends. Any advice on how to promote channel or just post as much as possible? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tricky, Sherry. Posting more often can be helpful.
Shorts.
A great way to promote it is collaborating with other people. So Sherry, you go on another channel and they interview you, and then vice versa. And then people see you on someone else's channel and they have their own audience that isn't familiar with Sherry, but then they like Sherry because you're interviewed, and then they'll go in the description and follow you. That's another way. If you look on YouTube Studio, it usually shows you what is trending or what there's an opportunity. Like a lot of people are searching for cheap carnivore diet ideas or whatever phrase there is, and doing some of those phrases is a good way to get your channel going. Those are like underserved popular terms that could use more videos that maybe don't have them. So those are some ideas. Do videos on whatever you're most passionate about. When I wake up, sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'll have like a crazy good idea, and I'll be like, gosh, that would be a good YouTube video. And I've gotten in the habit of writing those things down because I will fall back asleep and every single time I'll forget it, but I'll wake up and I'll be like, what was that idea? It was so good. I get a lot of my good ideas in the middle of the night or in the early morning. So write those things down. Becky, blessed by carnivore. I'm about an hour from home. My daughter called and told me you were live.
Aww.
Isn't the internet amazing? Watch videos in the car. We did that with Jeff the Prosperous. We were watching Dr. Chafee in the car. It's really windy out.
Yeah.
The weather's finally turned in Wisconsin. It was beautiful yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Nice for Ashley. I felt bad for him because he was outside. And I kept saying, you want to come in? You want something? Yeah. Big shout out to everybody. I said it in Facebook. If you follow me or friends with me on Facebook, I said thank you to everybody who came, especially Ashley. He was amazing checking everybody in. Adam with the lights and the camera work and all that. And just everybody else did an amazing job.
All the speakers.
Yep. So, yeah.
And a huge shout out to Nia as well, because a lot of people didn't know this, but this whole thing was her idea. She had said to JT and myself, she's like, you guys are from Wisconsin. Maybe we should do a big meetup. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then it went from that little idea to boom, here we have, and all of a sudden Dr. Kiltz is here.
Mm-hmm.
So Jen had a steak last week. That was pretty fun.
It was a little different. Yes. I'm still, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get over it, honestly. I don't know. I've always, going from a full vegetarian to eating meat is still kind of hard for me. I mean, I eat meat every day, but it's just, and I know it's all from the same animal. It's just, I don't know the texture of it. I really don't know. I'm still weird like that, but yes, I had my first steak in a long time, and it was good. Yes. But it's my mindset. I got to change it. I know, but
we went to Texas Roadhouse last week. We went to the movie, and then we went to Texas Roadhouse. Mm-hmm. And you ordered a sirloin.
And what else did we get? A salad. Can you guys believe it? We had a salad. How was our salad, Carrie?
It's fantastic. I ruined my lion diet, though.
Yes. So the server was kind of confused because we didn't want any sides. We just got water. We didn't want any buns or bread or butter. And he was very confused by it all. And then he said, what do you want for your sides? And we're like, we don't want any sides. And he's like, well, I got to put 2 sides down for you. I'm like, okay, what about a salad? But no lettuce. And he looked at us like we were crazy. We're like, nope, we just want the eggs, bacon, and cheese. And that's it. Nothing else, no dressing, nothing. So he came out with a huge 4 bowls full of eggs, bacon, and like 2 pieces of cheese.
So that's your power tip. If you ever go to Texas Roadhouse, get the carnivore salad. They don't give you, if you were to get a salad, you'd get 10 pieces of eggs cut up. They like fill the whole bowl up to the top. It's crazy.
Hi there.
Hi, talk to me.
Lash said, I'm going to go live on my IG Carnivore Healing Ranch after this and make homemade carnivore bars for the first time. Oh, that's awesome. See, that would be a great video right there, too. Doing the carnivore bars. I know I got a lot of friends that have done homemade carnivore bars, but they don't do videos. Cooking stuff like that, those interesting things do really well for videos, too, by the way. Sous vide, my buddy Adam, who's hopefully driving with two hands right now, he's done a lot of sous vide. I'm like, you got to get a video of that. He sous vides it and then he uses a big torch to sear it. I'm like, that's cinematic. That's awesome. Like, a lot of people like to watch that. Sherry said, on Carnivore, have you ever had an emotional sadness that kind of makes you feel kind of anxious, but in a different way? If that makes any sense. I have not had that, but I do notice a lot of carnivores, myself included, are more in touch with their emotions. It's been tough lately with everything going on with Jeff, but besides the Jeff stuff, just crying more excited, stuff like that. But nothing with the anxiety. That was a crazy thing with the whole meetup this weekend. Like, Dr. Kiltz is coming. I got to speak in front of 150 people. Normally, I would have been so nervous. I would have been tossing and turning. I slept like a baby the night before. Had just no issues whatsoever. Oh, yeah. I haven't done oysters yet. That would be a big no for Gen 2, Lynn Tucker Carnivore. Oh, maybe sardines, baby steps, but oysters, no way. Yeah, we had good weather yesterday. You saw the biggest tree in Wisconsin? Yeah, that's right down the road. I ride my bike by that, Chris, when I come in here. The wise disciple been stalled for like a month. Should I give up dairy and coffee? I use monk fruit as a sweetener for it. Yes, yes, yes. If I was stalled, that's what I would do. I can only tell you what I would do. You got to do something drastically different. Coffee's hard for a lot of people to quit, but it's so much better when you quit it. You're completely off of it. If you didn't do that, maybe knock out the dairy and the monk fruit and see how you're doing. The biggest advice I can give you, though, is do some drastic change. You get into these routines where you're doing the coffee, the dairy, the monk fruit every single day. You're eating the same bacon and eggs for breakfast. You eat something in the afternoon, and it's the same every day. That's a lot of times your body gets in that routine, and you'll kind of just stall out. The other thing is make sure you're measuring yourself, because if you're talking about a stall weight-wise, you could be gaining muscle and changing body composition, so you might not be noticing. Lynn Tucker Carnivore, Carrie and Jen, I know I got so many more subs because of your generous mentions and postings. We all just want to help people. Oh, Lynn Tucker Carnivore, you deserve it. Your YouTube channel is awesome. That's not even flattery. Lynn is a natural. I said that from the beginning. Hey, it's my mom and stepdad. Wish I could have made it yesterday making steaks right now. Mom, you guys missed out. It was incredible. See if I can find a good picture for you. Mom, I was saying this earlier before you jumped on. It would be fun to go around the country and it'd be fun to go around the country and do more of these. Yeah, I was talking to Adam about this. This probably isn't a good example, but that movie, because everything I think about is movies. It was with Steve Martin. It was called Leap of Faith. And he was like a preacher that went from town to town in a tent, and they did these healings, and it was fake, but then there's some like realness to it. But the point of the matter is this was a similar vibe to that yesterday when I asked people, have you found healing through a proper human diet? And almost every single person raised their hand and said yes. I'm like, That's really remarkable. Like that should be on the news or something when you have a whole movie theater full of people saying that they found health through nutrition, serious health improvements, not just weight loss, overcoming diabetes, overcoming depression, autoimmune disorders, fatty liver disease. Like some of these stories are just crazy. So anyhow, it made me think of that movie Leap of Faith. What if you traveled around like they did? They went from town to town, major town to major town, and set up this thing for healing. But this is actually legit. Like these people are actually healing. It'd be pretty awesome. So maybe we're talking about maybe doing one in Chicago area because it's more populated and Dr. Hampton's out there. We'll have to see how that goes as a test. Maybe the thought is if we did that to get on then the local Chicago news, like, come on, guys, cover this. This is a whole movie theater full of people that have found healing. Like that's newsworthy, right? Get some momentum going that way. Yeah.
Especially if it's not mine and then it's somebody that takes it.
The regular stuff?
That's what the eggs, that's why.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And I want puppies too, so. So wait.
Lynn said Chicago has a lot of steakhouses. Yeah. Oh, there was one I had there a long time ago. I still have dreams about it. Mostly I like making steak at home, but there was one place that did it right.
Just enough to feed the dogs.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a good night.
Judith said, recently had gout in my big toe, been keto carnivore for 6 months, no sugar, very low carbs. Doctor just said too much red meat. Oh, hello.
How are you?
Sorry. Recently had gout in my big toe, been keto carnivore for 6 months, no sugar, very low carbs. Doctor just said too much red meat and gave me standard diet printout. Anyone else have this issue? We'll see what they say in the comments, but I was diagnosed with gout, and the only thing that fixed it for me after 18 months of suffering was eating a proper human diet. I have heard of people having a couple of flare-ups when they're starting stricter carnivore. It says you did keto and then carnivore, but those are oftentimes just temporary, and you get over that hump, and then it's gone forever, versus suffering from it over and over and over again. I believe mine was caused from inflammation. Dr. Berry has a really good video on gout. I'd recommend watching that one. Question, we've been doing carnivore for 4 months to heal his congestive heart failure. How long does it take to heal his body? That's a tough question. The whole congestive heart failure thing. My ejection fraction was 44, perfectly normal after carnivore. I noticed it after about a year of doing it. I didn't really check before that. There's not a lot of documentation on that. Most people that get congestive heart failure don't only eat meat. So it's kind of uncharted territory, but it happened for me. And when I did a video on that, I had so many people reporting the same thing, that they actually had a heart echo done before, a low ejection fraction, had it done after, and they've reversed congestive heart failure or improved their ejection fraction. Everybody's different, so it's hard to tell or hard to say for sure. I wish there was more I could give you on that. We interviewed Philip Ovadia for that. He taught me that the heart performs much more efficiently while in ketosis, but there's not a lot of studies or science or literature on people reversing congestive heart failure on carnivore diet because not a lot of people doing it or recommending it or documenting it.
Yeah, my son does it, yeah. Okay, I will check back with you and see if you perfect. I appreciate it.
Dee Lee said, I was wishing you would do another live with your mom and Bill. Just been thinking about that. That last one was so enjoyable. Oh, that's really cool. Mom, if you're still watching, you and Bill, we got to do another live stream together. Open invite anytime. Jen just had someone stop in here. Hey, it's Karen Miles. Chicago is a great place for a meetup. I've had numerous in that area. Karen, I hope you're doing well. I hope your husband's doing well. Been thinking about you. We saw Kathy yesterday, and Karen's been to a bunch of meetups. She is awesome. Karen lights up the room when she comes in. Big smile on her face. Karen is really passionate about meetups, and she did some good videos on them. And I'm like you now, Karen. I am hooked. Like I wish. The only part is the logistics can be really tricky and a lot of work. But if there was a meetup every Saturday and I could just go to it, I would just go to it. Every Saturday we have one right here.
I've said yes, exactly. I've said it before, Karen. If you want to reach out to me, even you can find me on Facebook, obviously Jen Mann, or reach out to Carrie on HomesteadHow at gmail.com. I was saying that before. I would love to talk to people around the Chicago area if they know of anywhere that I could rent, because obviously it's a fundraiser as well. So I don't want to spend a bunch of money.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to have a movie theater too, though, or somewhere with a projector. So you could do like a hotel banquet room that has a projector or something. Question, was feeling a bit better on lamb, beef, and bison. Added eggs last night and not feeling so great. Could it be related? It definitely could, Sherry. A lot of people have issues with eggs. Not everybody. Some people are just fine. The whites can affect some people. Honestly, I think I'm one of those people. I did a lion diet for a really long time. I've since been eating a little bit of bacon, just like the last week or so. But when I add eggs back in, I get a little inflammation. The cleaner the eggs you can get, the better. It's really hard for some people, but sadly, like some of the eggs you buy from the store-bought that are mass-produced, they feed those chickens who knows what and what toxins are in the feed, and then the toxins that are in that feed, because the chicken is a monogastric, single-stomach animal, you're going to get a lot of those toxins in the egg itself, and that can bother a lot of people. People with autoimmune disorders, sometimes inflammation. So just listen to your body. Maybe cut the eggs out, see if you start feeling better, add them back in, and then you'll know definitively. If you really love eggs, like I really do love eggs, try maybe once just more of the yolks without the whites, and make sure you get the best eggs you can get. Dr. Kiltz is such a great guy. Thanks for this event. It was awesome. Could you imagine if Dr. Kiltz was your actual doctor? Oh, it'd be so nice. He'd come in, big smile on his face, fit, healthy, smart, no brain fog, literal track record of helping people.
Totally into you. I mean, my girl said that if you talk to him, he's totally into you. I mean, he was totally like engaged with me when we were talking to each other. I'm like, wow, this guy's amazing.
Yeah. But if he came in as a doctor, I'd be like, this is my guy. All my doctors in the past were overweight, or there's something wrong with them. And then they're telling me about my weight. I'm like, well, why are you telling me?
Or
and
they
you
didn't care about you or what your problems were. They just wanted to push the medicine on you.
Hey, it's Lynn, Midlife Carnivore. Speaking of awesome YouTube channels, Lynn has an incredible story. Lynn is incredible as well. She's done so much helping with her documentary. You may have a histamine issue. Egg whites are high histamine. Try just the yolks and see if that's better. 100%.
I'm going to give you a heads up really quick here. The movie ends in a minute, so you can keep talking, but you might have a lot of people coming out. So
hey, it's JJ and Eric. JJ and Eric Carnivore. We got to meet them in the Thiensville meetup, and it was really funny because I'm like, who the heck are these two? You saw me watching them today. I think you saw me watching them today. I said, you guys look so familiar, and I was watching their YouTube channel. And I watched your YouTube channel this morning when Eric was eating lamb. Remember? You walked in and you're like, what was he eating? I don't want to eat whatever that was.
Yeah, he said it tastes like hooves. And I'm like, oh, God, what is he eating? I don't want to eat that.
Yeah. So
yes, I did.
I'm really glad you guys did that video, too, because I eat all types of meat. I had lamb at a restaurant a long time ago. I just wasn't a big fan. When I go to Costco, I'm like, I hear all these people doing well on lamb. And I was going to get like a leg of lamb or something from Costco so many times. I'm like, I don't know how to cook it, so I'm not going to do it. But I don't think I'm going to like it. I'm fine on just beef, so I think I'm going to stick with beef. But JJ and Eric have an awesome YouTube channels. Awesome, awesome energy. Karen said, thanks so much for the nice words. I do love meetups. I had 2 events with my grandkids yesterday and couldn't attend your meetup.
Aww.
JJ and Eric, we're between Milwaukee and Chicago and won't do a meetup at our new property yet. I think we'll be waiting until warm weather at this point. And want to do a meetup at our new property. Jen, I live 2 hours west of Chicago, so I'm not 100% where we can have an event for.
All right.
Karen, that sounds like you're near like Rockford area. I wonder if that's where you are.
I'm going to say bye, guys. I got to watch to see when the people come out. He can keep chatting to you, but thank you everybody for everything. Love all you guys. Thanks for coming to the meetup yesterday, whoever came, and have a great week. Bye, guys. And you can keep going. I just got to make sure that this is going to.
Dr. Kiltz is laser focused. Yeah, 100%. So the movie's about to end. Should we just keep going for a little while longer? Because then I can get out of cleaning. We didn't have a big turnout today. This is kind of a weird movie, and it's a rainy Sunday. But this morning I drove Adam and Lori Carnivore Cheer to the Madison Airport to pick up Adam's car, because yesterday Dr. Kiltz took Adam's car to the airport to go to his plane. Can you imagine having a plane? That is so cool. That was one of the things I said at the meetup yesterday. I'm like, I have always loved movies. Hence, we own a small town movie theater. I remember growing up and loving Superman and Batman. I'm like, these heroes, but I'm like, those guys are all fake. And then you have real heroes in the world like Dr. Kiltz that are actually helping people start families and reverse health issues. I'm like, those are the heroes we should be looking up to. Movie's ending. Yeah, Dr. Kiltz is awesome. Big Sky Homestead. First 3 weeks on strict carnivore, lost water weight in inches. Last 2 weeks, lost nothing. Trying not to get discouraged. It's just normal. That is normal. You lose a lot of water weight when you first start. You need to measure yourself. Well, you say you get lost inches too, so maybe you're doing that. But a lot of people lose a lot real quick, and then it'll kind of pace a little bit slower. And it can be real tricky if you're weighing yourself often. Like Jen won't even weigh herself anymore. Or what do you do every 30 days? She weighs herself like every 30 days or so because the scale can be so deceiving. Have a good night. Thank you. Don't get discouraged. And make sure you're doing it. You said you're doing strict carnivore. Some people say they're doing strict carnivore, but they're not getting enough fat. Make sure you're getting enough fat. If you're just eating chicken and fish, it's not going to cut it. It's all about getting that fat.
she says she's got to watch all the original ones in order to know what's going on. I said, her dad used to watch it when they were little. So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to go help Jen clean. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. If you want to learn more about the documentary, please visit donate.healinghumanity.movie. And if you want to get in on our membership site, we got experts coming in there. We do a weekly Q&A with the experts. We do an Inspire Together. It's been a lot of fun. Just visit healinghumanity.life. And there is a link in the description below for a discount if you're interested in that. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Jen says bye too.